Good morning, evening, or night. I'm Jules Granger. This is season 2 of the Jules Conversation. Today joining me, I got Gid the Illest.
Yo.
And I got my boy
Migz.
I was gonna say Cleo. My boy
made
Migz.
the beat. Migz made the beat.
Yes, sir.
Hey yo, we're glad to have y'all.
Yeah, man, I'm glad to be here, man. I'm not gonna speak for Aiden, but I know both of us. We're kind of underground in the rap scene and just like everything general. So like anything we can do to get a little bit of attention, a little bit of more eyes on the fuck we're doing. Like I think I speak for both of us when I say like we're excited to fucking get on here and talk about this shit, man.
Yeah, it's facts. I don't know. It's kind of dope being on a podcast like this because I always hear like I go back, I may be listening to an artist or a producer, and then I'd go back and I'd look them up on YouTube, and they'd always have a podcast or something. So it's cool. Like it feels like I'm one of them right now.
Yeah, like, no cap. No, I mean we are like me and Aiden. Although we are underground, Aiden's the best producer in Loyola, and I'm the best rapper. And that's not a diss against anybody. That's just we be working and other people don't. And that's just how it is. It's mentality shit, really. But I might sound cocky, but like it really is just I know my skill, skill level.
You gotta be cocky too.
Yeah, you gotta be cocky. I thought I was the best when I was the worst, and so
Word.
Aiden man is just insane with the beats, man. Insane with the fucking levels.
I appreciate that. I've been working too, so I'm hyped to get back to work with everyone in Loyola. Gid especially, bro. That shit's gonna be fire.
Yeah, man. We get in this bitch. We lock in for hours, man. From 10 to fucking 4 a.m., dude. Me and this kid are working, dude. It's fucking beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. Can I swear? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah. Actually, can you like give me like just a rough like with your voice? Because every episode I use a different bleep, and it's just like someone's voice. Yeah, like that'll do it. So now anytime that like someone curses, I'll just put over it.
Word. Yeah, no, man. I think it took a long time to get to this place, but I think both me and Aiden are in a point where we're really ready to attack this game. And we're really ready to like be in the spotlight in a sense like that. And not so much because he gets a little shy, but I'm gonna get him his Twitter followers and shit.
That clout.
I don't even think.
Playing with the man.
I don't even think I have a Twitter right now. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't either, but I need one.
Bro, you gotta get on that though.
No, for real though. I'd just be so bad with the socials, man. Like I'm never on social media. The only reason I do social media is for like rap and shit, like and just music. Like if I wasn't a rap artist, I would not have Instagram and shit like that. I hate like the internet.
You hate the internet?
Yeah, man. I don't know, dude. I just feel like it's changed how people are, and they're not as present anymore when they're with people. It's something I've always proud myself. I don't know. I don't speak that good English, but I'm a rapper. Nah, man. I've always held a little dignity that whenever I'm with someone, whenever I'm in a situation, I try and be 100% present in that situation. And I think social media is like, it can be a really great thing, right? It can be so good for just finding new shit, just having new areas, outlooks and stuff, new perspectives, new combining cultures and stuff, but it can be so negative, man. It really can be, because people really look at social media like it's face value, like it's reality, but it's not. I saw a quote that a lot of people who post like a picture of them smiling or some shit, it's because they're not happy and they want people to think they're happy.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think in this modern day and age, I think we're really scared of our emotions. I think that's one of the biggest things that as a people we need to work on, is being more in touch with our feelings, not running away from that shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's so real. No, that's like really real, dude. Like,
yeah, no, man. You know, I also all today I've just been thinking about shit to talk about. So
no, I'm glad.
I'm like going over the line. No, but I'm for real with that shit, man. Like, it took me a long time to figure out how to not run away from your emotions, how to fucking face that shit. Like, everyone gets angry, everyone gets sad, everyone gets fucking like happy. Everyone, like, these are emotions, and people, like, it's not something that's like just singular for one person. Everybody has this shit, right? And for a long time, through just like excuses, lying to myself, all this like shit, I wasn't being true to myself, man. And honestly, being here at this like specific time, I'm the most true to myself I've ever been. And that's because I stopped running away from my emotions. You know what I mean? And I don't know, that's also why like Smile Mo was the first album, you know, a little
shout
plug,
yourself out, yeah.
little plug of this bitch. But Smile Mo, the project me and Aiden will be dropping first, is it's about that journey you have as a person. Wow. And honestly, I can only speak from myself. Like Ray Charles said, not the singer, not the other motherfucker. Because no, I'm for real. Like I was like, I brought up this quote, and someone's like, "Yo, ain't that the Instagram personality?" I was like, "Yo, I don't know."
That's James Charles, bro.
Yo, oh, James Charles. I'm dead, man. But nah, man. Like I don't know about Aiden, but I think both of us have a commonality in the sense that we both had a lot of emotions, if that makes sense. And I think it's kind of a lie that a smile can only be like something for happiness. I think people say that because they want the world to be happy, right? They want the world to be something, and you can't make it something that it's not. Right. And I'm not saying that happiness, like pure happiness, won't exist for the world, but like I'm saying that you can't ignore that sometimes you're gonna be sad, sometimes you're gonna be fucking delusional, sometimes you're gonna be fucking crazy out of your head, and in all those times it's important to fucking smile. Like, even the act of smiling is just, it brings you much needed fucking chemicals in your brain or whatever the fuck. I'm not a scientist, I'm a rapper, but
no, that's actually what I was gonna bring up. I was actually gonna say, like, I feel like smiling more, you know. You know what I'm saying? It kind of gives you that serotonin, like the actual chemicals, right? So if you're going through a tough time, like, people just say smile, and that I think that's why, because it helps you feel better. Yeah. So I feel like that's another reason why people always be smiling, you know. But it definitely is real how people like just go through shit, and then they use a smile to put on a mask, like on socials and stuff. And I agree with you on that one. That's why that shit makes me like, it kind of pisses me off sometimes. Like, I don't be on socials like that anymore either, because it's just like, I don't know, not my spot.
You know, I don't even really like that. Doesn't piss me off. It's just like this, like my fault. This like kind of attitude we have nowadays that is really pissing me off. That's like the only thing. Like, just like, people need to be something they're not. And like it's for this, it's like a really wide statement, right? But like, for me, right, I love music, right? And I love fucking everything to do with music. I can't like go to sleep. I can't even be good with my day unless I've listened to music and listened to like these specific songs, right? But that's just me, man. That's not someone else, dude. That's just me. And like, I feel like we're in a day and age where people see something that's cool or see something that's like something that a stereotype or something like that they want to be, right? But they don't want to be that, right? They just want that label, right? You know what I mean? And so like they still want to be themselves. And I think when you start stepping outside of your box and like if you love math, dude, do fucking math. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's like, there's a lot of fucked up shit in this world. You know what I mean? And I think you got to find the way you can make it better, you know? Like, definitely know your flaws, but, like, find a way you can make shit better in the world. Like, and I feel like a lot of people are just like, I'm going to do this, and if it doesn't work out, I'm going to do this. Nah, man, do it thou wilt. You know what I'm saying? Aleister Crowley type shit. Like, fucking chase what you want in life and, like, take that. Know that feeling that you have, that you want that, is like, be confident in that feeling. You know what I mean? And you don't need to be anything else. Like, I'm a white Jewish kid from the suburbs, man. I mean, I was born in Chicago, but I'm a white Jewish kid from the suburbs. And I'm a rapper, dude. I'm a really fucking good rapper. And, like, that's something you, like, everybody was like, yo, man, you're not going to be a rapper, dude. You can't do that shit. Dude, watch me. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, why you out here, like, throwing me down because
right.
You can't be this.
Right. No,
yeah.
But it's not even just that. It's like people are so focused on what other people are doing. It's because they're not doing the stuff they should be doing. You know what I mean? Like,
they compare to other people and not themselves, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Like, I was working this job over the summer as a lifeguard, right?
Word.
And there was this bitch, right, on the fucking on the staff, right? And I hated her. And I hated her for no reason other than the fact that every time we were doing work, she would always be focused on what we were doing and not what she was doing. And so she acted like she was doing a lot of work, but really she wasn't. She was just focused on what we were doing and not doing the shit she needed to do. And so I think if you're doing the shit you need to do, a lot of the shit people complain about, like, you know, they post their little Instagram, like, oh my God, like, type shit. Like, if you really care about that, awesome. Please care about that. But do something about it. You know what I mean? Like, I seen this video of some, it might have been like some Nigerian fucking like bounty hunters or like child, like they were hunting like child kidnappers. Oh, and this bitch, she probably never fucking posted an Instagram a day in her life. No, she's on the fucking battlefield, dude, with a fucking AK hunting these motherfuckers. Like, dude, like, I don't know, man. That's how you make change. It's good to show support, but like, don't act like, you know, you doing that shit, because you're not. And if you want to do that shit, do it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. We season 1, episode 4, it was all about like luxuries. That was our thing. But like luxuries, we sort of defined in the end as like doing what you love. Like, for you, I can't speak for you, but it sounds like for you, like, rap is your luxury. That is what's like real.
You're so right with that, man. Yeah. Like, I know a lot of people who are better rappers than me, man. This is some real shit. I know some motherfuckers in the hood, bro, who are way better than me, man. Way better. And they'll never be able to be like what I can do right now, because they never had that opportunity, right? They never had like the ability to go to school for it. They never had their mom saying every day that, yo, you can make it. You can really do what you want to do. And like, for me, right, like, I had a really big like that really fucked with me for a while. Like, do I deserve that? Do I deserve like that blessing? Like, I can chase the shit I love, right? Without any worries whatsoever. And I realized a long time ago that you shouldn't be ashamed of that blessing, right? You shouldn't be, you should understand that you have that blessing and use it for good. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I want to be a rapper, but I want to be a producer. I really want to I want to put people in position to do the shit because they don't know, they weren't taught, they weren't whatever. I want to put people in the position that I'm in right now. And honestly, I feel like, yeah, the music's one thing. How I make music because motherfuckers like Mac, like, they got me through like hard times, but like, music is just a personal expression at the end of the day for me, right? It's hard for me to talk sometimes, so music is so much easier. I can write a song in like 10 minutes that could say everything I wanted to say without me actually saying it. And that's a personal expression, like, at the end of the day. And I don't know, man. Like, I really want to like put other people in the position. Because, dude, I heard this quote from J. Cole or some shit. And he was like, the best rapper of all time is probably flipping burgers in like some McDonald's or some shit.
Stacking produce.
Yeah, yeah, dude, that's real shit, man. Like, for any fucking field, like, you'll have like some smart ass scientists, right, dude? Like, Goodwill Hunting type shit, you know what I mean? And he won't ever have that chance, won't ever have that opportunity, not because of anything around him, just because life has told him you're not that. And like, I know I just said don't be something you're not, but know what you are, you know what I mean? And like, if you're really fucking good at math, you're really fucking good at math, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but since a kid, you know, I've always been good at writing. But like rhythm and speaking, it never was my strong suit. It's a strong suit. And so when I really started rapping, like, it challenged me, man. And like, but I knew it's what I loved. And I feel like that's where you got to make the distinction. Like, it's not can I do it, but will I do it? You know what I mean?
How am I going to get there?
Yeah.
Not am I going to get there?
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. It's more important to walk than it is to get there.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man.
How about you, man? Like, what does your music mean to you?
To me, it just started off as, I don't really know how to explain it, so I'm going to just give this story.
Word.
So I'd always be listening to music in the radio, in the car, and like, I'd be flipping my shit in the backseat. I'm like, damn, yo, this song crazy. And everyone else would be like, can we turn this off? And I'd just be like, what? Like, I love music. That's just like, from a young age, like, I love music. Music calmed me down. Music excited me. Music did everything for me, like emotions, or like help me build my story, or help me do whatever. And I feel like half of my life is just revolved around music at this point. So I'm like, well, damn, I can't rap. I can't do any of this. Like, it's not for me.
He can low-key rap, too. He don't give himself that credit. Like, he can rap, too. Like, I can't fucking make beats, dude. You can fucking rap. Like, but
you can make beats. I'm about to teach you, too.
Yeah, no cap. I do need you to teach me that. You know, I'm next Larry Fishman and this shit. Like,
you heard?
You heard?
Yeah.
Y'all heard it here.
But, yeah, so I don't know. It was just never my style. Like, I've never been good at writing. Like, I can make a catchy, like, hook or something, you know. But, like, I can't write a song. Like, that's not me. I'm not built for that. Like Gid was saying, that's not who I am. Like, who I am, I'm like, I hear these like instrumentals in my head, like, as the day goes on, and I'm like, damn, yo, this would be cool as fuck. And then when I found out people produce on like DAWs or whatever, I know you probably have no idea, but like Oh yeah. So I'd be like, damn, I gotta get this now. And I used to get like cracked like trial versions off Reddit, like free versions, because I could not afford like the what, like $300 version. And then eventually I got into it. I got my bread up. I got all that, and I started making it, and it just became like less of a hobby, less of like a career path, and it's more just like my life at this point. Like I just wake up and I'd be like, damn, yo, I kind of want to make like an R&B beat right now, or like, you know, something stupid. And like I'd make it, and then it'd sound like fire. So I'd post it to my page. I'd sell it for like $40. Like that's like my life now, and I'm loving it so far. And it helps me get what I can out like of my emotions, because like Gid, I never been speaking like I could talk about my emotions, but then when it comes to like my deep stuff, you know, like how I feel, like if I'm feeling like mad depressed or something, like I can't talk about that. Like that's not me. So I usually just get that out. Like I make a sad beat, you know, and it sounds kind of dumb, I admit, but it's like, it's how I express it's like art, you know?
Yeah, man. No, really music, especially the sound too, more than the lyrics, man, is a translation of emotion. And it's easy to think about it in a music sense because you have words behind it, or not like always. Like Breezin', for example, by George Benson, one of the best songs. It gives you that feeling of just happiness. But like really, even just like movies, you look at movies, right? Music will tell you when to feel like surprised, or when to feel scared, or when to feel like that. And that's because music is like a universal language. And that's why out of any fucking art form, I feel like music has been cherished, because you can't destroy music. You know what I mean? When I teach someone a song, like, or if they know the words, like they know the words. You know what I mean? You can't burn that in their head. And like, you can do that to paintings, you can do that to anything else. And I think that's why music is special, man, because it really is just a universal language that anyone from, if you were Chinese and you spoke not a lick of English, but you heard a song, you could tell what emotion they're trying to give out. And I think in a world where we are becoming even more divided, that music is something that we all should and can share. And I think people see that as well. Like you look at the climate in music though, and it makes me think otherwise. But
what do you mean? Wait, pause. What do you mean by that?
Maybe it's just I've met very few, but like especially rap artists, like they're very focused on clout, right? Like what people are doing, how many people are paying attention to what, right? I've never cared about that shit. I don't think Aiden has ever cared about that shit. Like we make good music, right? We don't care about clout. We don't care about anything else, and we make music because we love music.
I know damn well
it ain't me.
Yeah.
My fault.
That's staying in. I'm not taking that. Nah, but shit, bro. That's crazy. I'm gonna come back to something that you said, because it's like my only pet peeve in this world.
Oh no. What did I say wrong?
You said, I know that, in quotes, I know this shit dumb. And this is something that like,
yo, put your phone on silence.
My fault. You know, first podcast, like I don't know the podcast.
It's okay. We've had.
Hold up, I gotta take this call. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna be right back. Keep it, y'all two.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it going. We've had someone leave for Subway halfway through a podcast before. This is not new. Yeah. But no, dude, you were like, this shit is dumb. And there's one thing that Gid said to me like 3 days ago, and I was like, what? And he was quoting somebody, and someone said, he was like, if you don't believe that your stuff is real, even if like the public thinks it's something else, if you can't yourself like just say without a confidence like this is it, then why would anyone else feel that way?
No, that's true. That's true. But when I said like, oh, this is dumb, you know, like I didn't mean like it's actually dumb. I just mean like to the, I guess like out of context, you know, if you heard that shit, it would be like, yo, what is this guy saying, you know?
A word.
So, yeah. So, it's I don't know, but since Gid's back now, I wanted to bring it back. Like you were saying, like you're not happy with the current climate of like how music
I
is
hate
and
it,
shit.
man.
Like
I hate because me being a music fan. When I go into music, I'm a music fan first, right? I'm not a rapper. I'm a music fan. I love this shit. It's all I do. I listen to music, fucking watch movies about music, fucking documentaries, everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's what makes me me is music, right? And so being able to be a rapper, one of the biggest things I want to do is work with literally fucking everybody I could work with who makes music. You know what I mean? And really over the years, like what I've learned is people don't want to work with you unless you got something like behind you. You know what I mean?
that's facts.
They don't see shit for face value. You know, they don't see like, oh, I see what he's doing, and if I put the 100% of effort and creativity that I'm doing right now and put it with him, we gonna make some dope. And like, people are always worried about like, maybe he's too. I'm not talking about me, but like just like general shit. Like maybe he's gangster, so I can't make a song with him, or maybe he's fucking doing soul shit, so I can't make a song, or maybe he's doing rock and roll, so I can't make a song with him, or he doesn't have fucking 100. Dude, if you want to make a song with someone, make a fucking song with them.
Yeah.
And like, not even that. I'm just eager to work with a lot of people, and like. That's not the mentality people share nowadays.
Yeah.
He was freaking me out, man. I'm sorry. He was like looking behind me. I was like, what?
Oh no! I had to burp, so I'm I'm trying not to.
But no, I feel what you mean. And like, okay. So let's say you meet someone on the street. They know you. You're like, yo, you're Gid the Illest. I got something for you. They hand you like a flash drive. Are you gonna take that?
Hell yeah. I'm gonna listen to that, dude. Every single song someone sent me, and it's not like I get to things in my own way, right? Like my brain work in a very weird way, and I have a terrible memory. So I'll stumble on shit people send me like months later from when they send me. It don't mean that I'm not trying to do that shit with them. It's just, you know.
That's how you function.
Yeah, that's how I function.
Yeah.
But I'll hop on any beat. I'll work with anybody, you know, like, I'm not really worried about like feature prices or like shit like that, you know. I really I think music should be free to everybody. Like, that's just my opinion about music, but we got to get paid. So, you know, at the end of the day, that's how it is. But, I think just eliminating that stigma, like there's so much judgment and stigma in music that eliminating it you would get so much more beauty in music, I think. And one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard was like a combination of like folk and rap, and like that's something you never expect, but like honestly it worked, and if it works, man. And to this day I still think that's one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard. WWSD by Ab-Soul, if anybody's
Facts. Love Ab-Soul.
Ab-Soul's the GOAT. People don't know about Solo, but Solo.
Yeah, and people way too focused on money in music nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, man. Like, way too focused on money. Like, you look at these rappers, right? They're posting up with their chains and their fucking cars and shit, right? Because that's the image you need to have in order to generate an audience, right? And that's what like labels think, right?
Yeah.
And half of this shit ain't theirs. Like, I would never flex something that's not mine. In fact, I fuck with ICP, the Insane Clown Posse. You know, the dudes who like paint up themselves and shit. Yeah. Right. I didn't know shit about them. Right. I thought they were some weirdos and shit. And then I saw an interview with them, and they were discussing how like their whole thing is like they paint themselves up as like an homage to wrestling, and they really just want people to be themselves, right? And I was like, yo, respect the fucking ICP on that shit, man, because not enough people do it like they do. Like, when you paint yourself in the Juggalo, it don't matter what fucking color you are, what fucking nationality, what language you speak, you're a goddamn Juggalo. You're one of them. Mm-hmm. And like, for me, it's like, I've always been a weirdo, right? And I've never really fit in anywhere, right? And I realized that's because you never do really fit in anywhere. You fit in everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, I'm from Chicago, right? But I could go to anywhere and be friendly and be happy with anybody, right? Mm-hmm. And I firmly believe that. I firmly believe I can make music with anybody. And I hate that like belief that people have where like, oh, he's a country artist, so I'm not gonna make music with him, or type shit like that. Like, I want to find similarities between people, not differences. And differences are what we should celebrate, but we should also celebrate commonalities. You know what I mean?
Word.
And I don't know. Yeah, I think that's a big mistake that we're heading down. Is saying yes, albeit like that is beautiful when people celebrate the differences in them, but don't make it to a point where you ignore the commonalities between people, right? Everyone's fucking human, right? Everyone's fucking, no matter what walk of life you're from, you've been sad, you've been happy, you've been angry, you've been into emotions. That's another commonality. And I think with Smile Mo, that's me trying to say, yo, like, stop. Not stop, because I don't think it's my place to speak on what other people are doing, but it's my personal. I've lost myself when I haven't been true to myself, right? And when I haven't been true to my emotions, when I want to be, like, I'm sad, but I want to be happy, so I'll put on that happy face and be like, I have to be happy because the whole world's fucking happy. And that's a lie, man. Nobody has been happy their whole entire life.
Impossible.
It's impossible. and I really think, like, we just need to celebrate that shit, man. Instead of running away from that shit, man. Like, celebrate it. Fucking, that's what makes you you. And I know, especially for me, right, like, I'm someone where I've made some bad decisions in which as a reaction, right, of my emotions. Mm. And running away from that, like, accountability, right, saying, like, do some shit, right, to, like, make me not feel that, is, like, it's not being accountable. It's not being a man. You know what I mean? And not, like, a man in the definition, like, I got a fucking dick. Nah, dude, it's like, it's not like that's running away. And, like, I don't mean to say that in, like, a sexist sense. I just mean to say that, like, I think it's very important that men don't run away from shit. Like, in a sense, women shouldn't either. But, like, I think there's a certain role that we should play in society, and, like, I don't think it's bad that we play that role. You know what I mean? And I don't think it's saying you be a man is anything saying you be less of a woman or you be more of a man. Like, it's more just, you are a man, so be that. You know what I mean? Like, don't run away from what you are.
I see what you're saying. I think I think it could be better rephrased as like just be real. Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say.
Real.
You know, I'm not so good at speaking.
No, I got you. I was like, I know you're not trying to say what you're saying. I feel you. I got you. No, bro, smile more.
Smile more, man. No,
Smile more.
It really, and I think people need to also understand that people are ignorant, dude. Like, people don't understand because they're in such a small little bubble of themselves in the world they live in. But this world is big, but it's also really small. And the gangbanger who's on the street, right, on the corner, right, he don't know nothing else but being a fucking gangbanger, right? That's all he know, right? And in order for him to get out of the hood, out of that mentality, not get shot, not fucking, struggle, he's got to be not a gangbanger. He's got to change his way of life. And it goes the same. You see a redneck in the fucking middle of the fucking, like, America, right?
Texas.
Or like, and like down south, like,
yeah,
he's never seen a fucking black dude in his life. Like, and if he has, his OG or whatever told him the whole time that, like, these people or whatever, you know what I mean? Or like, and it's like that's not okay, but it's understanding where it's coming from, right? These people weren't born in hatred. They were just born. You know what I mean? Hatred isn't a single emotion. It's a reaction. You know what I mean? And I think it's important to understand that, especially in like this cancel culture area, like you need to have a conversation about shit before you can really say, oh, nah, I'm not gonna fuck with that person, or nah, I'm not, like, because of one thing they said, like, or like some shit, you know what I mean? And I think where we're heading, like, we're eliminating that conversation. Absolutely. That happened. And Absolutely. It's important to have disagreements. It's important to fucking have shit that you don't agree with or shit that you do agree with, but it's also important to understand that at the end of the day, we're all just trying to survive. You know what I mean? We're all just trying to wake up and make that fucking dollar. Like, wake up and get that fucking bread, And I think what I want to do with my music especially is fucking just eliminate barriers for people. Like, I don't want anyone to feel like they can't do something because of something someone else, like, said, or something someone else has put onto them. You know what I mean?
That blockade.
Yeah, man. It's some real shit, man.
Oh God. Damn, bro. What the hell? Shit. You real.
No,
you fucking real.
That's all I try and be, is real, man.
That's life.
No, dude, like, I found, like, I've been really depressed. I've had times where I've been, like, fucked up in the head, man. And I found that, like, when I'm the most fucked up is because I'm not being true to my beliefs. And, like, don't take this the wrong way, anybody on the podcast. I'm a little bit of all of those. But all of that is eliminate. It goes away because I don't judge people, dude. I don't judge people.
I don't really know. Gid's like talking so deep, and I'm just like, I'm listening, bro. I'm just observing. Like, I don't really know. I got my things to chime in every now and then, but I don't want to interrupt. You're just like, you're going in, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. But no, like, it really is, like, and honestly, I can't wait to give shows. Like, that's something that when you come to my show, it's not going to be like any other show.
Can I just chime in? Though I've seen you perform once. That shit was beautiful.
Thank you, man.
And the people who were in the room, yeah, like, we knew you. We all, like, from the same area, but still, you just saw the people who supported you lit up. Everyone in the fucking room lit up. That was beautiful.
No, man, like, I really, like, I know how important it is to give people that, that experience, like, that that smile, that fucking energy, right? That everyone in the place, they're nowhere else in the world except that one place. You know what I mean?
They with Gid the Illest.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And that's fucking dope.
Right?
Yeah. We're all in the same fucking place enjoying fucking music together, man. And honestly, like, that's my favorite part about music. And I didn't even know that, like, I used to act, I used to do all this shit, right?
Yeah.
And I always knew I wanted to be an entertainer. I love entertaining people. And just when I gave that performance, man, it gave me the best feeling I've ever had, man. And it wasn't like that I was proud of myself. It wasn't that. It was that I shared something that no one else could share, but everyone else could feel, and everyone else could be a part of in that room, right? And once it was over, once that moment was over, it would never happen again. And not to be angry at that, not to like try and mimic that again, but to celebrate that moment will never happen again. And make so many more moments like that.
Cherish it like that, you know?
Yeah, man. Oh, man.
And you know what's crazy? That song you performed was you mixed heavy metal with rap too, going back to what you were saying.
Yeah. Which is going back to what I was saying.
And that shit's so hard, by the way.
Ben knocked on our fucking door one day. Ben, he's a heavy metal artist, right?
He's gonna be on here.
So y'all probably Ben's the homie, man. Shout out fucking Ben. Shout out fucked in the head. Yeah, shout out fucked in the head.
Shout out Watergate while you at it. Shit.
Shout out Watergate.
And Watergate, man. Like, honestly, those guys are amazing, dude. The way they think about music, I love, man. I love that attitude. And he's just knocked on the door. He was like, "Yo, you guys are fucking making some music. Can I make some music?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude, you got an instrument?" And like, he starts playing guitar, his homie starts playing another thing, and before you know it, we got a fucking beautiful fucking song. And like, I think that's the beauty of it, right? Like, Ben loves music and I love music, so we can make music.
You bonded over that similarity.
Yeah, man.
There you go,
bro.
Yeah, man.
I love that shit. Was like beautiful to listen to, by the way. Not the song, but just like you talk about that, like, don't segregate because of like the differences, rejoice over the similarities. That shit's beautiful.
No cap, bro. Like, what makes you different is what makes you similar at the same time. You know what I mean?
For real.
Like, we are all different. We're all our own special little snowflake. And so it really is just that. We're still snowflakes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're still like, I never thought people, like anyone else but me, would be depressed or would be like, you know, like, going through issues. Everybody goes through issues, man. And not everybody's happy at all times, but everybody experiences happiness, right? Everybody experiences that feeling. And if you haven't, I think that's one of the biggest crimes of life, is if someone hasn't seen. Like, for me, it's always been like, I've seen some beautiful places in the world, but I know people, a lot of my friends are in Chicago, who they've never been outside of the city. And that just kills me, man, because this world is so beautiful, but they would never know because from whatever reason, they're still stuck inside the city.
That bubble.
That bubble I'm talking about. And just, I think finding a way outside of that bubble. Yeah, it's scary, man. The world is fucking scary. And it's scary. New shit, different shit is scary. That's what makes it different. And that's what makes it new. But understanding that shit, man. Understanding that it's okay to be scared, not running away from being scared, but saying, yo, I'm gonna be fucking scared and I'm gonna take it with stride, man. And being okay with that. Like, that's how you fucking find the most beautiful shit in the world, man. Like, honestly. Really? Like,
that's life. I think it's not just like the places that you see are beautiful. I think it's the people. And like, going way back to like when we started, you were talking about like what we were talking about, like how people have like different opinions and how they argue with each other and like do all that shit. Like,
really, we're just talking, but like, honestly, dude, talk about some less serious shit.
Just having a conversation.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know if motherfuckers seen Top Gun, the new Top Gun.
I heard it's great.
I haven't seen the new one, but
it's a fucking amazing, man. It's like honestly a great movie. Like I was not expecting it to be like as good as it was. I didn't even watch the whole thing, and so you know what I mean.
Now, hold up.
I was like, this is good enough. It don't even need to end for me.
You planning on finishing it though?
Yeah, I'll finish it someday.
I want to watch the second part with you. Whenever you finish the movie, I want to come watch it with you.
No, I love that movie, man.
How far in do you get?
Dude, I was like the last 30 minutes.
3 minutes in, this shit good.
Damn, yo, I don't even need to watch the rest of this.
Nah, for real though. That's how I be too. Like if I'm listening to an album, like Joey's new album.
Yeah.
I was listening to the first 3 songs, and I was like, yeah, this is a dope ass project of work. And I could tell I wasn't listening to it the way I wanted to listen to it, and so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just listen to some Kodak, or I'm gonna just like, you know. And then I went back and I listened to it, and it just meant so much more to me. Like I don't know.
I've been a Kodak fan recently.
I love Kodak.
It's my car's name.
Kodak?
Yeah.
You know, he had a song with King Combs. He's a older dude.
Yeah, I know King Combs.
Yeah, so he had a song with King Combs come out in I think it was June, and I just found out about it 2 weeks ago, and bro, it's been on repeat since. It's such a good song.
Kodak's a poet, dude. Kodak is a fucking.
No, he is.
I think it's so great because when Kodak was coming up, he was coming up with other people who didn't have the same mentality about music that he did, but still they had the clout so they could get to the same point. Like you look at people like Lil Pump, right? Kodak was saying some real shit in his music. Lil Pump was not saying real shit. He was saying shit that sounded good. And you look at who's still around today. Kodak, not Lil Pump. Right? And it's like, yeah, that whole SoundCloud era was it was kind of fucked because there was some shitty ass music, but there was some really good music, and that was the start of some artists' multi-layered journey. And I think as an artist, but also as a fan of music, what I love most about an artist is their evolution. Not that they say the same artist, but that when they make some, they never want to make the same thing again. And I think not just music, dude, but you look at movies like Marvel movies, or you look at like people are always wanting to do something that someone else did. Yeah, take the inspiration from that, but don't do something that you already did. You know what I mean? If you do something, do it to the best of your ability, and then be like, yeah, how the fuck can I just completely wipe that slate clean and do something else, to the best of my ability.
That's facts. And I feel like with people I've been talking to who are underground and they're trying to come up, I notice that a lot in most of them, and I realize that's kind of why they're they get this initial bump, right, where they get these high amount of listeners because their song kind of blew, because they're like, oh yo, this dude sound like Uzi or something like that, but I feel like what they do wrong is they keep looking at the people who are winning. They keep looking at Lil Uzi, or they keep looking at Kodak, or they keep listening to Lil Tecca, or but they don't have any creative inspiration for themselves. They push all their creativity onto recreating what's popping right now, and they don't put any of that into creating their own original art, putting your spin on it or your style. And that's not to say only make experimental music, but I'm saying obviously take from what's popular, because if you don't, you're not gonna get popular. You're not gonna get that, because people who don't listen to music won't listen to your experimental stuff like that. But I feel like the people who do make it up, I said before, Lil Tecca, and Lil Tecca is a perfect example, because he took that high energy happy bop stuff. I don't know if you guys listen to Lil Tecca like that, because he's a Long Island artist and I'm from Long Island, but he took that high energy Uzi and the Lil wave, Lil Pump, Lil Uzi, whatever, based
Lil
off
Wayne.
Lil Wayne, yeah. But he took all that and he kind of made it his own. I guess like nonchalant, like he has a monotone voice, and it kind of like it has this specific bump and this like specific vibe to it, and that's what made him blow up. But then you get these people who are literally like, you listen to Uzi and then you listen to them and it's like, it's literally an Uzi song but with a different voice. Like that's not gonna make you blow up. That's not gonna make you. That's not. I mean, it's art because it's music and it's your own, like, you know, it's your lyrics and stuff. But it's not like, it's not you fully. And I feel like that's what I see a lot of people, and I feel like that's their mistake.
I hate that, like, oh, you're the next Mac Miller, or you're the next Slim Shady. Like, nah, man, I'm Gid the Illest, dude.
Exactly.
And I wouldn't be where I am today without these artists, right? And I'm gonna give homage every fucking day of my life. But like saying I sound like someone, nah, I sound like Gid the Illest. And you know what I'm doing? It's only opinions, only beliefs, only shit that Gid the Illest could think, because I'm Gid the Illest, right? And for a long time I was saying shit that not even that other people wanted to hear, but that I wanted to hear, not being true to what I wanted to say. And I think he really hit it on the nail right there. Like, you got a lot of people blowing up who get that one song, like, yo, that kind of sounds like Yeet, man, fucking, and that kind of sounds like so-and-so, but, like, so they go in that one direction, dude. Me and Nathan are in the studio. If we make, like, an old school fucking grimy fucking hip-hop beat, we're gonna make something different the next day, dude. I think it's important to, like, know what you're good at, but it's also, like, when you're good at something, there's usually layers to it. And, like, I'm not the best fast rapper, right? And so I want to be the best fast rapper.
Real.
You know what I mean?
Real. You good. You good.
But yeah, like bringing that into, like, I know from my side, I know more about like production and producers than I do about rappers, because that's just like, you know, what I've gone into the line of.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of annoying me how you see all these like really talented producers and they're experimenting, and I find that so far. But then you find the ones hitting the billboards right now, which, I mean, it doesn't annoy me that they're hitting the billboards, like, good on them. But it's like, most of them just sound like mass produced. Like, no hate on Internet Money, the label, but it's a producer label, and they just be like, it sounds like the same beat every time. Like, it's almost it's a formula more than actual like art, you know. And like one of my greatest inspirations, actually, one of the reasons why I started producing, Nick Mira. He's an insanely talented dude. I was actually watching his stream today, and he's so talented, but he just, like, I feel like recently he's more just to get the check, like, you know, mass producing these beats, because I feel like it's just the way you kind of have to work in the industry right now from what I've seen. And like these people, like, I'm seeing on TikTok these people that are like popping producers, and then labels sign them, and they're like, or get them into like a internship or something like that, and they're like, they shove them in a room with like 50 other producers, and they're like, yo, if you can't make like 16 beats in 6 hours, you're out. You know, like that's literally like how it's going right now.
We'll spend like 4 hours on one beat sometimes, or like 30 minutes. Like, you know what I mean? It's not something that when we go into the studio, we're aiming to do something. We're just aiming to make good music. And it really is like Aiden said, like, please go get paid. Like, don't like sit on your ass and be like, hey man, I'm gonna make the most experimental shit because like I want to be broke my whole life. Like nah, dude, like, understand that, like, you can do a lot. And honestly, I think I've been thinking about this a lot recently too. It's like, you look at the artists that stand the test of time, right? And that's kind of what I want to be. And I think as a producer, he wants to be like, you hear his shit and it's like yo, that's fucking Aiden on the beat.
That's
man.
him. That's
yeah,
him.
and like you hear Gid the Illest, man, that's Gid the Illest. And like, for someone to do that, man, they really gotta be able to do everything. You know what I mean? You look at Kanye, right? Kanye ain't a gangster. Kanye ain't a rapper, Kanye ain't a producer. Kanye is Kanye. You know what I mean?
Real.
People from all walks of life can listen to fucking Homecoming, right, and be like, yeah, I relate to this song because I've been in that situation where I'm going home, right, to Chicago, wherever you're going home, right? And it's not the fact that he's trying to mimic what other people are gonna know. He's putting out what he has, right? Like, I love my city and I miss my city, and he's hoping that other people relate with that, and they do. Right. And you find artists, right? I think Mac Miller is the best example, right? I think there's a certain genius to saying a lot while saying a little. You know what I mean?
Word.
And Mac, he started rapping, right? Like, he started as a rapper, but he quickly went into like producing, and then he quickly went into like this whole like jazz phase, and then this whole like, he never wanted to be, yo, I'm that one motherfucker, right? Yeah. He wanted to be everything, right? And that's why you got Swimming, which is like, I think like the final, like, boom, that's him at his most, like, that's everything, right? There's some rap, there's some soul, there's some jazz, there's everything in that, right? And you look at like Jay, or you look at like Beyonce, right?
Word.
Like, these people, it's not that they're saying the shit that's popular, right? It's the shit that they say is popular. And like, I think that's a really big distinction people need to make nowadays. It's like, don't be afraid to be iconic.
Bless you.
Gesundheit.
But yeah, don't be afraid to be iconic. Don't be afraid, like, what you believe is what you believe, what you say is what you say. Like, stand by that shit, man. And at the same time, be free, be loose, be fucking who you want to be in life. And it's just like, I was thinking about it a lot, man. Like, just, I hope this, like, it's not just in music, man. It's in movies. Like, you don't see like classic movies anymore. That's because people aren't making classic movies anymore. And the way you make a classic isn't, I'm going to make a classic. No, it's, I'm going to make a good movie, and people decide that's a goddamn classic, right? You're not gonna ever really know if something's a classic. And when I heard Eminem quote this, right? He said, when I hear a song, right, I know if it's gonna be like, yo, this is for the radio, or yo, this is for like my fans, or yo, you know what I mean? Like, I can hear the sound, but I never know for certain, right? I'm never gonna know, like, this is gonna appeal to a mass audience, or this won't appeal to a mass audience. And I think the distinction you make from people who do this for a living, who do this because it's what makes them them, is the people who chase not that distinction, right? But like, yo, I just want to be as good as possible. I want to be the best. I want the respect of my peers. And when I got into rap, that's all I wanted, was the respect of my peers. And I don't know. I don't think that's the same mentality a lot of people share. And I think that's sad.
Yeah, I feel like for me, it was less like competition between, or not competition, like it wasn't like a respect thing or anything like that. I feel like it's just like how I started, like what led me to where I am. Like, shit, I'm stumbling on my words, but I mean, like, you know, like I never thought about anything else, and that's just me. I would just like go with the flow, you know, and then my life eventually led me to like, oh shit, yo, you should make music. Like, I see talent in you with that, and you love music. Like, you've always loved music, so I started. And that's like, I just kept growing, and it's been like, what? I think like 2 years now, and I'm already working with some dope artists like Gid, bro. Like, Gid, you're someone I respect so much as an artist, because my brother and I were having a talk when I was back home, and he was like, you know what I've been thinking about? You're a music guy, so you know all this. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he was like, I feel like the last like good artist was in that 2016 XXL Freshman with like Uzi, Denzel, Kodak, Yachty, 21, like all them. He feels like that was the last, you know, like sector, and then the SoundCloud era with X and that, like they feel like real artists. But then, like we were talking about it, and like these new people that are dope as hell. I don't know if you guys know them, but like I'm huge on the underground. Like I listen to all these new dudes every day, and like Cash Dami, Sofago, like all them, like they're dope as hell. But I feel like they just don't give you that feeling. Like I feel like it's not art. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like it is art, but it's not like there's no meaning behind it. Like they just make it just because, you know, they make it.
And it ain't even just that. Like it can be some small meaning or big meaning, right? It can be some like as little as just like I'm talking about drugs, guns, and sex, right? But when you talk about drugs, guns, and sex, like do it in a way that's yourself and no one else, right? Like do it in a way that makes you feel like, yo, man, like that's how I'm fucking, like, you know what I mean? Like when I talk about something, right, I'm not talking about that something. I'm talking about a specific experience that I had that led me to that something. And I think that's important. Like that's why I fell in love with rap, right? I heard the Slim Shady LP when I was young, and I was like, the way you can storytell and this shit. I heard NWA, I heard Big L, especially Big L, man. Like the way you can storytell with rap is like no other, right? And so when I see, and it doesn't have to be like complex, like syllable rhyming, right? It really is like Tupac, for example, right? Considered by most to be the greatest rapper of all time. He wasn't that complex with his syllables. He wasn't that like in depth. It really was his story. Like what he was saying, like was true to him. And people could hear that pain, hear what he was, you know what I mean? They could hear that in his voice, and like,
yeah.
I think you look at like these, it's not like Soy Fago or like all this shit. It's like it seems almost mechanical what they're doing.
Exactly. Like to me, it doesn't even like stick that much.
Yeah, man. And I think the most beautiful thing you can do as well, like with that, is like, songs aren't meant to be broad, dude. They're meant to be simple. They're meant to be about some detail, some like simplest shit. Like I think John Mayer said this. Like I think it's a lot more beautiful to make like a song about like a bag of plastic. Like I think there's so much more skill in like in a bag of plastic than like the world. You know what I mean? And like it's like, you got a lot of songs you can make, right? So like each song should be that song and nothing else. And so when I'm making a song, I'm not thinking about any of my other songs. I'm not thinking about what I want. I'm thinking about what I want people to feel when they listen to this song, right? And one of my favorite songs I've made is The Way My Feet Thump. And it's literally like a 4-minute song about literally just one thing, like the repetition of the way your feet thump, and how I think that's one of the most beautiful, pure things in the world. And I don't know, man, like the way I did that was very lyrical, very like, you know, analogies, metaphors and shit, but like when you break it down to that one thing, it's really a simple idea. You know what I mean?
Thanks. Right, I can't help it. I've been staring at your tattoos this whole time.
Yeah, you know, I'm fucking tatted up. I'm a real rapper, so, you know. I got a lot of tattoos.
What's that tattoo on your chest, man? I haven't seen that one.
It says Lou Dog. That's my dog. And I love my dog. Above anything else, I love my dog because I've been fucked up. I've been a fucked up dog owner. You know, I haven't ever hit my dog, but like, you know, I haven't like, in my eyes, like I've gone through weeks without taking her on a walk, or like they like doing some like you know, like not feeding her or some shit, right? She's never ever like, yo, because you did this, I'm not gonna like fuck with you. She always fucks with me.
Bro, dogs are the most loyal things on this
most
planet.
loyal thing on this planet. Yeah, and I do like cats, man. I like cats. I have two, but there's something about dogs that like, like you can tell this is man's best friend. Like you can tell. Like a cat, you can tell like their love is like only when they want to give it out. Like dogs, like they just spread that shit, man.
For real.
Facts. I got 2 cats. One of them's mad friendly now, but she used to be a little like, like she was one to give love out, but now she's like always 24/7. And then the other one used to be the opposite, like they flip. The other one just walks away from everyone now.
You
And
have
I
a
feel
dog
like
too,
that's
right?
kind of no, not anymore. I did when I was younger, but
I don't know why I thought you had a dog. I swear to God, I called you one time and you were like, "I'm walking the dog, man." Like,
You're walking his cat, bro.
yeah. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about getting like a little harness and walking around. Like, bro, that
I
should be
want to
so
do that
dope.
with my
low-key.
cat, low key. I fuck with cats. I love all animals, man. Animals are so sick, dude.
Cats are real though. They just be like, if they don't want to fuck with you, they don't.
Yeah,
fuck
no,
with you.
cats are definitely real. Like in the way that cats are real. Like, but they're also lazy pieces of shit, man. Like cats can be such assholes. Like Louis Dog's never been an asshole to me. Like she's been like overexcited or over like, but like she's never been like a bad dog. You know what I mean? Like, and so I don't know. I have a special, and it was also an accountability thing. Like I got it tatted on the front of my chest. To every day I wake up in the morning and I'm like, you might not want to take care of yourself, but you have to take care of the shit that's on the front of your chest. Like you look at that in the mirror and you're like, yo, I have to take care of Lou Dog. Like that's on my fucking chest. And in turn, I found that takes care of me because like I'm taking care of someone else. I don't have time to worry about what I have to worry about. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Are all your dogs gonna be named Lou Dog now?
No,
Or you
but
think,
like they'll probably all have like the dog at the end, like like Jason Dog or like I don't know, like like John Wick Dog. I really fuck with John Wick. I watched John Wick the other day. Beautiful fucking movie.
It's crazy, like good, bro.
You like think about that movie's plot. Like that really is a dude's dog got killed and he's like just pissed about that shit, right? And they turned that into like just like like the most dopest like sophisticated way you could kill another human.
And then they made a sequel when he got his dog back, and they're like, "All right, here's your house." He was like, "All right, you doing this shit again? Fuck yeah."
That's what I'm saying, man. And like I think I just love that. Like they don't. It doesn't need to be anything more than that. You know what I mean?
Like for real.
I love that shit, man. Like John Wick is a great movie. I'll just rewatch it. That's why it's in my head. But you know what else is good? I love movies and TV shows. I was just watching this. I had watched the first 5 seasons, but I stopped watching, right? Somewhere in like the middle of that shit. And I'll do that sometimes. But I started rewatching Better Call Saul, which is the prequel to Breaking Bad. God damn, man. God damn, dude. Like whoever plays Saul, he acts his ass off in that shit, man. And it gives me hope for like cinema. Honestly, like that Better Call Saul is fucking a beautiful work of art.
I gotta watch that. I
haven't seen it?
I haven't watched Better Call Saul.
You seen Breaking Bad?
No, I haven't watched Breaking
Oh,
Bad.
dude, you seen Breaking Bad?
No, man.
Both of y'all need to watch Breaking Bad. That's definitely the best show of all time.
One of my homies was trying to put me onto it like constantly throughout high school, and I just never got around to it.
I love Breaking Bad, man. But Better Call Saul is like Better Call Saul is slower, but like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul is just like you can tell every single thing that happens in Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad happens for a reason, and that's how life is, right?
Real.
And I don't know, that's what I like movies because, yeah, they're fiction, but all fiction's represented in truth, and so to make a good movie, you got to be truthful. It doesn't matter if you're telling a fake story or something. And you got to be a reflection on, who you are.
A lot of shit in like fiction shows or even books too. like you see a lot of like real life like things in it, either like symbolized like in some like army in some like random ass show, right? It could like be symbolizing something about the government or something like that. Like people, I feel like it's just another way of expressing art. Yeah.
Expression. Yeah.
It's just like Rick and Morty.
I mean, art at the end of the day is expression.
I haven't even watched Rick and Morty either.
Oh, I love Rick and Morty,
Dude.
man. You need to watch Rick and Morty.
I don't be watching like TV and movies like that.
I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't like season 5 of Rick and Morty, but up until season 5 of Rick and Morty, and Morty is like the best fucking show ever made.
I don't know how. It's like two people just came together and made that. Like you sit there and you're like, there's no goddamn way.
No, like it really is one of those shows where, and this is just life, man. Like, it really is so smart but so dumb at the same time, and that's what I love about it, because that's what the world is, man. You know, you're not super smart at one time, and you're not super dumb at one time. You're a fucking mixed range of everything, man, and we all have our dumb moments, and those are fucking funny, but we also have like our, sitting on the toilet alone fucking like type shit, man. Like that's some real fucking shit, yo.
Real.
And like, I don't know, like I think Rick and Morty does one of the best like character developments in like animated shows that ever has been happened.
I feel like one of those shows that I watched that I guess I haven't watched Rick and Morty again, but I feel like would be similar is like Regular Show, in the sense that it's like like what Jules was saying, bro. Like it's like I can't believe two people sat down and made an episode about like these geese shooting lasers. Like like it's kind of crazy, like that whole show, and it was based around like two like gas station employees like taking acid and then turning into a bird in a gumball machine, like and then like it's just crazy.
No, like in Adventure Time too, like
Adventure Time is fine.
Like these are simple shows that I think they speak to people, because like they speak to everybody, man. It don't matter like age. Like age is one of those things where it's really hard to do, because once you're an adult, it's really hard to feel shit a kid's gonna feel.
You view things different.
Yeah,
so
man.
like,
and so it's like bringing back that fucking feeling. Like I could watch Adventure Time and just feel like a kid again. Like, and like I think that the beauty, but also just watching it, like you don't need to be a kid to watch it, and you don't like that. You don't need to be anything to watch it. You know what I mean? And I think that's the point. Like you celebrate it. Smile mo.
Smile mo.
Hey, yo, check it. The podcast might be named, like, instead of the Jules conversation, I've been thinking, like, Jules of the Gardenia. Because I think that shit is beautiful.
I like that, man.
What's gardenia mean?
It's like a type of flower. Or, like, some shit like that. Yeah,
what's the gardenia? Like, what does it represent?
It doesn't.
Yeah,
I heard the word
it
gardenia.
Sounds good.
It kind of sounds cool.
That shit,
No,
like,
it sounds good.
might
I
be
like
the most beautiful word in the English
Gardenia?
dictionary to me. Yeah.
Gardenia is a pretty fucking beautiful word, man.
I could hear that shit on repeat. All Gardenia.
I just think like
it's kind of a fire flower too.
Yeah. No cap. I think Gardenia is definitely like a beautiful fucking word, man.
And it's for a fucking flower. Man is weak. Human is weak on like the inside, and I mean that like not in like a fucking, but like we are squishy. I think Gardenia is like so perfectly like represent. Like someone saw this flower and was like Gardenia. Like what? You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm with you, man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man. Fuck yeah, that's like the perfect way to represent that flower, but just like also as like who we are as like humans, right? We are squishy fucking people. Like when
We're
someone
delicate.
says something to us, we hurt, man. We like words hurt, but like it's like the Deadpool quote, right? Words hurt, but not nearly as much as serrated steel. And you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, like it's like, yo, yeah, man, we're these fragile fucking things, but it's like it's okay to be fragile because like it's okay to be fragile because that's how you become strong.
Real.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, no matter how strong you are, serrated steel is always gonna fucking cut you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just understanding that, you know, like limitations are okay too, man. Like knowing where you're at and where you're going, where you want to be, and all that shit is important. But really, just I think staying grounded, staying present in situations is the most important thing. Like to do that.
Staying grounded where the worms are.
Yeah, grounded. One of my songs is called "Grounded Where the Worms Are," and yeah, it's like it's about being grounded. And granted, while you're off of a shit ton of substances, but I was talking for myself. Like you could be like off nothing and like, you know, like just out in your own world, and that's okay. But like, project your own world onto everyone else's world, and then you got everyone else's world with your own world, and boom, it's just like, yo, this is so much a prettier world with like all these different shit. You know what I mean, man?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's so exciting too, just like having different cultures, different people, like
so
mixing everything. Like
that's
just
why I
makes,
love
like,
Chicago. And he's from New York, so like, well, I don't know about
Houston's
Houston.
the second most diverse city in the world.
Oh, really?
Or in the United States, sorry.
I didn't even know that.
Damn.
Yeah.
I
Or
didn't
maybe
know
it's
that
not
either.
second. It's like top 5. Yeah, it's mad
I
diverse.
don't even know like about like the ranking, but like I can just say like Chicago's a melting pot. Like you got everybody in there: Mexican, white, black, Asian, Spanish, whatever. Like in Polish. Like you want to get the food that you want to get. Like you could get the best of that food
For real.
for anything. Like in Chicago, dude. And that's why I love Chicago, man. And it wouldn't be like that without like people in Chicago. They're very much like, yo, like you're a Chicagoan. You're not anything else but a like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and even American at this point is Chicago. And nah, but like, yeah, I think it's important to take pride in that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What kind of people are in Chicago? Like, are they all like super accepting of like what you are, who you are? Like, do they see as individuals, or do you have
I
those
don't
like?
think there's that much judgment in Chicago, man.
Yeah.
It's really just a lot of people who are just trying to not make ends meet, but just trying to survive. And when you put people in survival situations, it really is like it separates what makes people different. You know what I mean, it.
Thanks for bugging out.
Well.
Yeah.
Hi. No, we good now. My bad. It was like bugging. I was like, am I about to get all this shit deleted?
Right. No, and I was like, you're not getting me on this podcast ever again. Like, we're never doing that.
The first time we ever recorded in here, it was Cesar and I. Episode 1. We had a 2-hour-long discussion about the most beautiful shit.
And just
Didn't
got
record.
No.
Didn't
That's fucked up, man.
I saw Cesar today, actually.
Hey.
For the first time since last year.
Cesar, you better come up here, boy. I know you listen to this. He hadn't hit me up.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Chicago's getting a lot of like shit on the map recently. Like in TV shows, I've been seeing like there are these animation shows where it's like Chicago version of this. Like there's one I saw with Chicago Party Ant, where it's like some chick that's like middle aged and she's from Chicago, and it's like you got the Chicago accent. Like that's been like they have so many of those shows now. Like it's kind of crazy.
It's because, bro, when you're Chicagoan, man, you're just Chicagoan. Like you don't like ketchup on your hot dog. You fly the Cubbies, you fly the Sox. But everybody knows like there are 2 teams in Chicago, right, for baseball. Like it don't matter if you don't like the Sox. Like when the Sox are winning, everybody's winning. And so we're all celebrating, man. When the Cubs won, like I remember even diehard Sox fans were like, fuck yes, man. Chicago got that dub, yo. And like, it's just something beautiful to see, man. And I don't know. I love my city, man. Yeah, I love Chicago. It's one of the best places in the world. It really is. It really is. The people there are amazing. Great people.
It's love.
All right, well, yo, before we wrap this up, I got 3 little homies that are trying to like get somewhere right now. and I'm not dedicating the season to them, but I don't know, I want to give them something special. So if you could just say 3 things to people who are about to like enter into the real world, like the college world, what could you say for both of y'all?
You go first. I'm gonna have to think about that shit.
I gotta think too, but off rip, I think one thing that I could definitely say for sure that I feel like could sum up basically most of this podcast is be real, be yourself, and don't switch up for anybody. And I know it's kind of hard to be yourself and like maybe sometimes not even fit in the mold with who you are, you know, not fit in with anyone. But if you stay who you are, like you stay with your interests, like let's say like let's bring it back to like high school, middle school, where you're like some dude likes anime and then the jocks are like, yo, look at this weirdo, bro, look at this weeb, like some shit like that. Like you just, obviously people, when you're that young, you're gonna get impressions and you're gonna be like, well, I don't want to be this guy that's like left out because that's fucking lame, like that's boring, that's not a good experience for me. But I feel like now that people are growing up and when you're going into college, like people are kind of realizing what life is and who you are is like okay, you know. So don't hide who you are and don't have those like personal interests or loves, like don't keep them tucked away, like bring them out. And if you don't want to bring them out, that's real too. You don't have to, but just don't shy away from who you are, because if you don't realize who you are, you're going to be lost and you're not going to get anywhere. So I think just be true to yourself and love everybody, treat everybody the same. If you treat, it's the golden rule, like whether or not you're religious or not, like that's just how the world works. If you treat someone the way you want to be treated, they're going to treat you that same way back. Like if you treat someone nicely, unless you run into someone who's having a bad day, like they're going to treat you nicely too, you know? So
you know, a lot of times, even if they're having a bad day, like that might just change their entire day. And you said 3 things. Like I really can't say 3 things to them, but like I'll say one thing. Like he really hit everything I wanted to say on the nail. But like everybody's a weirdo, man. Everybody's got super different. Like everybody has these differences, right? And that's what makes us similar. Right, that's what makes us human beings and not dogs, right? Or not fucking like animals, right? It's because we have these personalities. We've had these characters that we build for ourselves, right? And it's like, it's important to keep it real and be yourself, but it's also important to understand, man, that life is a journey and life is a road, right? And you're not going to be the same person that you were 10 years ago or 5 years ago or whatever. And so don't try and be that person. Then always try and be the person tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, and really, like, everybody has layers, man. Everybody has, like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody has different things, like, behind face value. And it's like that don't make you weird, that don't make you whatever. Like that just makes you you. And I think that's really what, like, especially going into college, or especially going into like a new place where you see a lot of people. You see people put up barriers and shit, or put up fronts, or like do a certain way because they're scared, or not scared but insecure, or you know, like all these different things. And it's like at the end of the day, man, really just people are not gonna like you or like you, and it's like find the people you like, you know what I mean, like, and be around them and make sure they know it. You know, I don't know, have fun. That's a big part.
Yes,
facts. Enjoy yourself, or else you're not gonna get anywhere either.
Enjoy yourself, man. Try and find fun in the worst times, and I think that's important. Try and, like, while I was in rehab, like, we would make the best of it. Like, that's, like, a terrible fucking situation where, like, you're just around people who are in terrible situations. And it's like, everybody's having a fucking amazing time, yo. like, not really, but, like, kind kinda too, man. Like, we're all here, man, and we're all present, and we're all fucking going through it. So it gave us the ability to keep it real. Like, yeah, we're sad, but it's okay to be sad. I'm gonna play this Connect 4, and I'm gonna beat your fucking ass in Connect 4. Cause I'm dope at Connect 4. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, it really is like that.
Nah, bro. Thank both of y'all.
Thank
They
you.
don't know y'all, but I know they
Yeah.
gonna take that in real well. That was
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah is the key word. They don't know us yet.
Yet.
They will know us.
Oh,
Hey, follow me on Instagram, Gid the Illest. Apple Music, my shit's out everywhere. Apple Music, SoundCloud. That's Migz Make the Beat. You know, we finna be up there, and it's not like something that like you're gonna know. So it's whatever if you don't, but please do. Like, it means a lot.
Facts. Proud by Migz. I don't really, as a producer, you don't really have to market yourself like that. But what I'm saying, if anyone on here by chance is an artist or someone who wants to, even if you don't want to do music full time, if you just want to fuck around with it, just let me know.
Reach out. Yeah, we'll make music with anyone, man. I'm so serious with that. Like, I really, unless I have, like, you've already done some where it's like, yo, I don't fuck with that, so I might, like, I don't, like, keep your shit to you. But, like, honestly, like, I think we're open to really, especially him, he's, like, a fucking producer. He needs other people to
Facts.
fucking work with.
Prod.Migz on Instagram.
Yo.
Just hit me up anytime and I got you with beats.
Yeah,
Or
man.
mixing.
Yeah.
Or mastering soon.
Yeah, mastering soon. We're Smile Mo's almost done. I've got probably maybe one more song to do on there, but we need to mix and master it all, get that bitch out, and then I'm working on the second album already, man, and which is dope. And technically, we have like a third, like a fourth, third, whatever, like little tape that I'm gonna drop in between that of just like some shit we made while we were fucking around, like a collection of that shit, an EP, like, yeah. But yeah, keep your eye out for that shit, man. And also, I'm gonna be performing in I don't know, I haven't talked with him about this, but I would love for him to like DJ and shit. Like, I don't know if that's something you want to do, but like,
Word.
we're out here. Like, we took the work that we did the work, right? We're ready to like fucking take the spotlight, you know? Like, we were in this bitch every day last year, and like, it really realized itself before and it put us in a place where we would never know, like, we could go. You know what I mean? Like, I would never see myself here, but here I am. And honestly, like, be proud of yourself, you know?
The time speaks for itself. Keep grinding, you're gonna
Yeah,
improve.
dog.
We made so much improvement last year.
Yeah,
too.
dog, man.
Kind of
Like,
crazy.
Aiden did not know how to make an old school beat when he first started, and I did not know how to fucking rap, dude. Like, I was not good at like rapping, but like now, yeah, like honestly, like everything in every aspect we have just improved because like we're just trying to make good music, man. Shit.
yo,
Well, we were supposed to end too.
no, we're chilling.
Yeah.
No, you can find them in the description as well, just in case you didn't catch any of that. But yeah,
Word. Thank you again for having us on here, man.
thank you for coming.
Like,
Appreciate
yeah, I had a blast. I don't know about Aiden, but I had a fucking blast
Yeah,
talking
you
with
fucking better have, or that was a fucking wet. I'm playing.
you. No, yeah, but honestly, you know this, but I always fucking love talking with you, man.
No,
Like,
for real.
you're one of the realest motherfuckers I know, and like, just, I think your voice is definitely something that should be heard, like, in a broader, like, you know, like more people should hear that shit, because like, you got so much smart shit to say, man.
I appreciate that, like, for real, my boy.
in a literal sense, you got a nice ass voice for podcasts too. I'm
Shit.
not gonna hold you.
Hey, yo, Loyola Radio, hit me up. I'm trying to get on y'all. Nah, shit. with that.
Ah.